Okay, guys, welcome back to Midwest Coasters. We're doing Planet Coaster Live, Episode 2. We're back on our classic. Uh, oh, whoops. You'd think it'd just go to it automatically, huh? Should be exciting. I have a lot of parks I've done, and hopefully this will be the best one. Um, in the last one, it was a little confusing when it comes to various things. So I want it to be easier for you guys to look at the park and be able to see the rides that I'm creating and what I've done. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do for this, put them in the comments below. This is, I'm making this, and then I'm adding audio and whatnot afterwards. So do not fear, because Audio Man is here. This should take a little bit, but I do want to thank you guys. I want to remind you, please subscribe. If you've not, it takes a few seconds. It is free, and it helps support me. So that's some positives right there. It also helps me, encourages me to create more content. We've got a few subscribers in the last few days as of making this, and I do want to say that on next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, I have another episode of A Week in the Coaster Community, where I'll dive into some juicy topics. I'm gonna update you guys on some old ones. I'm updating you on the what's really going on with Mindbuster at Canada's Wonderland, and what is going on with the California theme parks. So that's mainly what I do in that episode. Sorry if it's moving a little fast and it's like glitching on your screen. That's what's tough. Okay, so in the last episode, I created this log flume. Now, since each episode's 30 minutes, I don't want to take too much time doing each and every thing. That's dumb. I'm not gonna open that. I'm just gonna hold it. Okay, so this coaster I built, which I may delete, I may not delete. You'll find out. Is a flying coaster here. I know. I'm sorry you can't hear audio. Actually, that reminds me. Let me turn that up. Give you some more desktop audio. Okay. So here you go. So the coaster goes up, it flies, it does an inversion, it does a pretzel loop, which actually is kind of awkward because you look at that transition there. And then it comes, I should have put a breaker in there, it's fine. It comes around, it flies over this village. This is going to be kind of a European-inspired, I'd say French. I do have a lot of buildings that I got from the store that I'm going to use for a German map, German area. And then here I'm just going to try and put some scenery around this area, which I don't need you guys to see when I'm putting scenery up, so I'm gonna try and avoid doing things like that. But just some nice trees here would really help, honestly. It's not that good a coaster, and I may delete it. And do you want me to delete it? Tell me, please, because I would really appreciate it. I made you. I don't think you guys saw. So this right here, I made. That is a. The Planet Coaster makes that for you. So then I kind of made a mirrored version. You know this I made because when you really look at it, okay, look at these two. They're not the same. There's not a fireplace. The roof is done differently. The flowers on the side are done differently. It's not the same building. I made that customly. So I added a side restaurant too. I copied that. That's on the DLC, on the store, on the Steam store. And then I added some more restaurants in a different one. You'll notice there's garbage. I'm ignoring it, and I'll add trash cans later. That's fine. So, I do want to work on this area. I'm going to add a station to this eventually. Not now, because I don't want to right now. I'll open this for guests. So. They're all begging me to open it. They need a ride too, so we'll open it for them. And I'm going to add a ride. Let's add a coaster. I do want to add some flat rides first. Before I get ahead of myself and don't leave space for flat rides, it's always good to have a flat ride. And coasters, their queues can go forever. Flat rides are usually they need to kind of hug the park. Or at least that's what I think. I think they need to hug the park that they're actually in. Because if they don't, it's kind of weird. They're like, you've got these coasters, and then the other rides in the park are like a mile away. That just doesn't make sense. Now that's way over analyzing this specific circumstance, but I think it would look nicer, so I'm just gonna. Now, what I always like when I have round rides is I always like to try and kind of have this go around. It's never perfect because you can't get it perfect because it's a circle and you're using straight. So, I might add a priority queue later, but I don't care right now. So, and this ride's always been popular. Okay, so that's one ride. I'm gonna add some more flat rides. Let's put one right here if we can. Can one fit here? It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight right there, but that can fit there. No, it can't. It can't. Let's be honest, it can't. Okay. I love this flat ride. That's gonna go in the. That'll go here. No, that's gonna be Germany. I'm gonna add. I want. Can Insanity fit here? No way, Insanity fit there. No, wait. Can that fit? Hmm. It's gonna be tight. I think it can fit. I think it can fit. Oh my god, it can fit. Do I put it there? I say no, because it's gonna look kind of ugly. Okay, we'll put it here. It'll be like half and half in both areas. Let's put that. Whoopsie! Press the big red check there. And the entrance will be in the forest area. Sorry, this could... I'm sure you're like seeing none of this. I'm sure it's so slow for you guys, but okay. I do want to kind of talk as I'm doing this stuff because it's not like, I mean, I'm sure you're invested in this park, but these are 30-minute episodes, so I need to kind of talk as I go through different things. Obviously, I've kind of found a new set for the A Week in the Coaster community. I used last time I was in a different room. I moved the table because I thought I was doing a podcast, and for a podcast, I have to hook it up to the TV. Actually, that's a good point. I'm gonna shout out my podcast. So my podcast is Cheifs Chat Podcast. It's actually available on Spotify. It's literally Cheifs, like the Chiefs, and then chat. And mostly that's because I always call my podcast mate Tommy. He is always like Chief, so that's what we named it. Honestly, not a big fan of the name, but he's not gonna see this, so that's fine. Okay. so that, I mean, I really appreciate if you sub. Obviously, you're not required. It's just, again, it takes 2 seconds, and the iCard is above. Okay, what do I do for this forest area? I feel like I want a long wooden coaster. I've always wanted for a while. I need to break the record. So there's this challenge to break a certain. Seriously, game? Seriously? That's what you're doing now? You're just like placing rides willy-nilly? I've always wanted to break the challenge, so we'll try and do that today. My only worry is that it's gonna be so long that I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm not doing. I'm not making a wooden coaster that's a mile long. Sorry, no. I'll pass. I'll pass on making an incredibly long, mile-long wooden coaster. Now, I am going to do a lot of sculpting on this ride. So, for example, this pre-lift section, it's going to seem like the ground, like, so when you're going, what I'm thinking is, like, I want to make it like when you're diving down here, as though it's this, like, when you're diving, the area you're diving into, that's like the ground's down there. Like, what I want to make it feels like you're diving, but I want people to be kind of disoriented. So I want mountains to be around the coaster. I want low sections, and I really want to kind of make sections that are flat, but at a different height than normal. Like, I just want to disorient people riding. Honestly, I just want a cool, well-themed experience for this. Okay. Now, I do know, if I'm doing an incredibly long coaster, I don't want the lift hill to be, because it's not going to be, actually, I might go, since it's long, I might go with that's good enough. Actually, I think it's still 45, so that's fine. I think we'll go one more. We don't want it to be too tall, but we want it to be tall enough where I can do a lot with this. I am really happy how my channel is doing, I'm gonna be honest. So when I look, it is 80% of you that view my videos are not subscribed, which A, shows me that that's a positive. That is a positive that people are finding my channel. As much as it's a negative that, oh no, 80% isn't subscribed, that's not a negative for me because I am a small channel. I just gained a few subs today, today being Monday, and this is coming out Thursday, so it's gonna be a little weird viewing this and hearing me talk. I want to know somebody who actually viewed the whole thing. Comment below if you watched the whole thing, and honestly, if you're commenting that you watched the whole thing, you just got, you got yourself 10 minutes in, which is pretty far, so. But yeah, I want to know if you guys actually watched the whole thing, because I'm curious if, like, even 10 minutes is too long. Like, I'm curious if you just want me to do small, tiny updates, or not do this at all. Last time I did it, being the current one that's out, it's only gotten, like, 20 views. Now, that's, like, a few days in, but I would say they average, like, 25, 30, actually. The average is 30, because it's my other video, which has 30, 31, is right in the average zone, which makes me happy, because before, an average video would get 30, and then stick there. Whereas now, my average video is getting 50 to 60. So that means that one's on track to get 50 to 60. Overall, I'm happy that, like, if a video starts going well, it usually kind of turns out, actually, that just kind of makes me happy. Okay, I kind of gotta make a layout that makes sense. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really a great layout designer when it comes to making coasters. Like, I ride them, and I know what a really good coaster looks like. I've made some really good coasters, but when it comes to creativity, I like putting stuff on paper first. And since this coaster's gonna be long, this is gonna take a majority of the episode for folks at home who are like, what does this episode entail? It's gonna entail me making a incredibly long coaster that's, I think it's like, I don't know, the length is so incredibly long, like, you'd have to put, like, if you're just making regular coaster, it'd be like 3 regular wooden coasters tied together, which is our goal for today. Our goal is to make a coaster so long that it kind of, like, that the beast isn't long, but when you think about it in terms of, like, this being an actual coaster, I mean, this right now is the length of, wow, that is, like, look at that, that's tall, that's 160 feet, 160 feet tall, which, I mean, that's the height of, like, I don't know, god dang, that thing's tall, though. And then you think about Orion in this game would be, like, a lot taller. Oh, okay. Let's fix that. Let's not. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I do kind of watch. So I've seen people talking about the Minecraft, specifically the SMP server. Now I know I don't actually play the game, but I do occasionally watch, like, famous Minecraft people, because they're, like, god at, like, warfare or whatever. Like, I'll watch, there's, like, these championships for them that I might watch occasionally. But, like, there's a lot going on with that, so that's not I hate to say exciting. It's kind of cool to watch because there's literally a war in Minecraft. And that's what I kind of imagine when like, if I would want to be a famous Minecraft YouTuber, that's what I'd want, like, wars between factions and whatnot, but god dang, I'm curious if you guys, like, watch some weird video game. Like, I'm not saying Minecraft's weird, because it's the most popular or ever purchased video game, but, like, is there a game that you're like, yeah, I watched, I mean, I feel like that's all coaster enthusiasts. All coaster enthusiasts, I would view as not weird, but let's be honest, we're abnormal. Not everybody is not addicted, but not everybody is pretty insane about roller coasters. So, I mean, I know I don't actually have a friend who's as insane as I am, but I have people who I know who are like, yeah, god dang, bro, you're like. But yeah. So, like, I'm just curious, is there, like, something where you're, like, just as weird about roller coasters as you are about that thing? I know a coaster enthusiast who's, like, who really likes, like, aircraft and stuff, and that's cool. I used to really be into, I'm not anymore, but I used to always be into, like, when I was young, trains, so that would be, like, the thing I'd be, like, I'd read train books and watch train videos. I watched this, like, 2-hour-long VHS tape at my grandma's house of, like, this weird Canadian train. And it was, I mean, I watched it like 5 times and it's like an hour long. That's a weird fact about me. So now you guys are finally learning stuff about me. I'm opening up. Okay. So what I want to kind of do is I want to have, sometimes there will be like pre-lifts to a lift hill. So I want to kind of, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So I have talked about a lot, like, so whenever I review a coaster, or I make a video on my channel, you'll notice that all of my channel videos are about 3 theme parks. Mainly, I mean, there's some where I'm, like, general about stuff, like, I don't know, I made one about, like, what parks have a problem. That's less general, or that's less, specific to parks, but yeah, like, I make a ton of videos about Great America. I review their park, Great America, Cedar Point, and Kings Island. And it's only because those, like, as much as I can call myself a coaster enthusiast, I've only been to 3 major parks. So, I mean, I can call myself an enthusiast, but I can call myself a enthusiast, I can have an account, but I'm not really, I wouldn't consider myself a true enthusiast. I mean, I can theorize, I can talk about all sorts of coasters, and I can share my experiences with other coaster enthusiasts. I can do that, but also I'm a good liar, so. It comes from, this is a weird fact. So, my whole, like, extended family, we really like video games, or, board games. At Christmas, Thanksgiving, or whenever we're together for holidays, except, like, this year, but, we always play board games. And one board game we'd always play was like this game. So it's called, and don't like wreck me until you hear what it's about. So it's called Secret Hitler. Yes, the dictator Hitler. Essentially the game is about this. It's about that you are either a good person in like government in Germany, or you are a fascist. So you're either liberal, or you're fascist, or you're fascist and you're Hitler. And essentially the goal for the liberals is to get rid of, or to elect your policies, as to avoid allowing the other side to enact their policies. But if enough fascist policies get played, things will start to happen. People will get killed, there'll be weird twists and turns. Overall, the game's just like a ton of fun. It's like kind of like a role-playing game is how I describe it. It's a very fun game, but I have learned lying from that. Like, just the fact that in that game you have to lie. You have to survive. If you're a fascist and you say, yes, I'm Hitler, you got me, that's not going to work out. I learned lying from that game. As sad as it is, I learned lying from a board game. And our whole family plays it, so we're all a bunch of liars. Lying demons. But game's really fun. If you haven't played it, play it. If you are really offended that I even brought that up, forget it, because I'm telling you, it's a board game. No person in their right mind would make a board game that's, like, insane. And I would not play a board game if it was, like... But, if you're looking for a fun board game for you and your group of friends in, I don't know, college or high school, or middle school, do that. Obviously, Hitler was a bad person who did very bad things. He killed Jews, so I would not or the Jewish people. So I'd not expect you to like fully accept this game at all. But it's a fun game, and if you're curious about it, search it up. Google secret dictator. And when I say dictator, I mean, Hitler. And Google it, find out this game, try it out for yourself, watch people playing it. I always like, whenever I'm like getting a board game or something, I always like watching people play it. Often you'll find like, if you search in Google, you'll find like famous people playing these board games. You'll find like celebrities and whatnot. Because there's a lot of YouTube channels even that, like, they play board games and tell you how good they are, which is, I mean, that's not even bad. That'd be something fun to do as a living, where you just play board games with a group of friends, you post on YouTube and you get millions of views. That'd be good. That'd be good living. My situation, personally, I have a podcast that gets me $1 every 4 months. And I have this YouTube channel, so hopefully this takes off. Obviously my plan is not to do YouTube for a living. I'm gonna go to college and then eventually get a real job. I'm hoping to be an engineer. You never know, maybe I'll be a coaster engineer. That would be completely epic, a civil engineer. And I would build roller coasters, and then I can say I built Iron Tiger, and then you'd be like, what is this guy? What is this amazing coaster enthusiast guy who also has a YouTube channel that I watch? And I'd be like, haha, I just blew your mind, bro. So that's small talk for you. If you guys have any questions about exactly what I mean or say something, I will put links to the various things I talked about in this episode. Obviously, I'll link Cheifs Chat podcast because I really would like you guys to view that, check it out, even if it's garbage and I hate it. It's essentially about video games. If I were to say one thing that I'm not passionate about but do a lot, it's video games. I play a lot of, gonna be honest here, Fortnite. Not a lot of Fortnite, but I also play Madden, FIFA, I was about to say Roblox, god no. What's that car game? The fact that I don't know its name is sad. Rocket League. I play Modern Warfare, Call of Duty, and I just got Cold War. So that should be exciting. And if you have something you want to share about yourself so that I can identify you, I can say, hey FIFA, how you doing when I see you? But yeah. I did talk about, like, I had a 2020 trip plans video where I talked about going to Hershey Park in Kentucky Kingdom and all these great parks. And then right after that, pandemic hit, and I'm like, well, dang. I still thought I was going to go to Busch Gardens, but that didn't happen. But, I feel like that's, like, it's kind of depressing that I made a YouTube video all excited, and, I mean, it's the same for a lot of people where you're like, I'm going to insert place here, and it didn't happen in 2020. My plans are, so here, I'll give you my next, like, 5 years, coaster plans. If I can think of them off the top of my head. In 2021, I might go to Hershey Park. I might go some of the Midwest parks, Holiday World, Indiana Beach, and Kentucky Kingdom. And I'm probably not gonna go to Six Flags. I might go to a different park in the area. Then in 2022, I'm gonna get a Six Flags season pass. We're going to Magic Mountain because my cousin is having graduation in 2022. So we'll go to graduation, and we'll get a Six Flags season pass. They live near LA, so we'll get a nice Six Flags season pass. Go to Magic Mountain. I live like a few hours from Six Flags St. Louis. I want to say a few hours, I mean like 4 hours, so I'll go to that. And I'll go to Great America. Hopefully they'll have a coaster by a few years. So that's my general goal. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure I predicted for Great America to get a coaster, possibly get a coaster this year. What was I thinking? I'm way too positive when it comes to stuff like that. Like I'm gonna be honest, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. Yeah, boo me, sue me. But like I'm always hopeful. I'm like they're gonna win the Super Bowl this year, and this year especially, I'm very invested in the team this year, and I'm far too positive. If I were like an analytical, so there's sports analysts who analyze like for people to make bets of millions of dollars. If I were a sports analyst, whatever team the person picked, I'd be like, yeah, they're gonna win, 60% chance, guaranteed. You're gonna get your money, and then I'd be wrong and I'd lose my job because I suck when it comes to that. But yeah, I'm not sure how far we are at 25 minutes. We'll keep going for a few more minutes here. I'm curious how much length we have, but I guess we'll find that out when we test it. But that's me. I'm way too positive. I'm far too positive, which is both a problem, and some people would consider that a positive, that I'm far too positive. It's positive that I'm positive, and also a positive. I was thinking, like, I don't know, for like, I was like, ha ha, so here's the joke. I got a B, a teacher said to me, I got a B positive, or a B plus. I was so worried, but then they said that I just need to be positive. Worst joke 2021 right there. B pluses are actually teachers just telling you to be positive. They think you're a negative person, and they don't want to sue you, so we do a lot of suing on this channel also. I want you to comment. So I do a little bit of baking, like cakes. I made an apple pie. It was difficult, but I made it. And I'm curious if you guys think that I should post that, even though it's like, nowhere near. Actually, I am thinking, should I make like a Midwest Coasters, plays or something, or live, or like just a channel that does other stuff than coasters, or like MC live. Because I'm just thinking, I wanna play video games on this channel. I think that would be cool if you guys are willing to watch. And I'd put Planet Coaster up on there a lot. Then I'd also put, I mean, maybe this is when I get bigger, but then I'd also put stuff like, yeah, cooking if you want. I'd put all of the extra stuff that you couldn't get on here, and you get it up on a secondary channel. I'm just curious if that's even an idea that is smart, or if you're like, what are you thinking? You're too small, man. You don't. All you got is 125, and also yes, I have 125 subs again, like 3 today. Let's test this baby out, and then we're done. We're closing up shop after this. Okay. My favorite lift hill, honestly, this pre-lift. It's my favorite lift hill is the pre-lift before the tallest lift hill. Ain't that the truth? Honestly, that's me. My favorite things are the things that come before the best things, and that makes no sense. Let's test this puppy out. Let's test it even works. God, I definitely put a mistake somewhere in here. It's not gonna push. I can already hear. You can hear the wheel. I mean, I guess you can. The wheels. It's like. It sounds like a wind coaster. That's a wooden coaster for you. It's like, it's so insanely jerky that you're like, sorry, that's a little loud. That's there you go. Sorry. Okay, so let's watch this thing. Whoa! I did it far too early. Whoa, the airtime off that thing. Whoa! God dang it. Whoa! Now that airtime hill, that thing was Oh my gosh, this is a violent coaster. That section was violent. And here's the pre-lift, the beautiful, sexy pre-lift. And then come to the actual lift hill. You can hear. Okay, this is live actual. This is actual footage of the ride. Jerk. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that was pretty violent. This thing is violent. Honestly, it's way too like the sections that are like fast turns are way too speedy. That turn, that was insane. Also insane. That was insane too. Oh my god. Okay, so before I do want to finish watching this, but before I do, I would like this to be a successful coaster a little bit at all. So before I even continue an ad, and we'll just do, instead of 5, we'll do 3. And that way that's fixed. Then what was I thinking here? Okay, we'll do like a nice 2. And that should, nah, 3. And that's slowed. And then before here, now, then we'll speed it up till it's at the top of the. Actually, yeah, let's. Okay, we're gonna wait for it to come to this tall lift hill. After the wait, we gotta see the pre-lift. Pre-lift. Yeah. Sorry. I know. I'm coming up in a minute.